Good morning, Thailand time. It is 6:27 a.m. I hear the roosters crowing here in Thailand. It is January 6, 2018. I'm Brad, Brad's Videos of the Day. And this video is a little critical self-examination. Uh, Something that I need to do to become a little bit more successful. And I was thinking about it today, and uh, I'm turning this. Before I get into this, I'm watching this movie about Secretariat, and when I was much younger, I don't know if I was 17 or 16 or 18, but um, I had a paycheck from a job. So I worked at a fast food place for 1 week before they fired me or I quit. And it might have been that job. I'm not sure. I had probably 100 and some dollars in a paycheck. I went to Arlington Park Racetrack, and Secretariat was running that day. And I cashed that check and I put everything on Secretariat. I didn't know much about the horse. He had won the Triple Crown, if I'm not mistaken, by that point. And he came out, I think he started last, almost like he got stuck at the gate, and he won going away. And now I'm watching this movie and I can see this is the greatest horse of all time, without question. Maybe I need a little bit of what he had. But anyway, back to the critical self-examination. I've got a lot of talent, and that's not bragging or anything. I just do. You know, what I attempt. You could call me a flash in the pan almost. I'm good at starting things, but I'm not great at finishing things. And one thing I lack is patience. I have no patience, very little patience. And I think to succeed at something, you have to have patience. I don't make lists like my mother did when she was, probably still does, when she was working in the family business in the office. She made lists, things to do, etc. And I could use a little bit of that. And I would start a program of making lists, but of course it would fall by the wayside. Because it's not exciting to make a list for a guy like me. But, here I am thinking, I've got to start making lists. What I need to do exactly today and concentrate on it. I make this video for a few reasons. Number one is thinking out loud, and it kind of gets me to center myself a little bit and to actually almost like write down what I'm thinking, put it in black and white. And a list could cover many topics or subjects. One could be how you treat your girlfriend, or how you treat your parents. Do you call them ever living in Thailand? I don't. I know. And I've made these pledges I'd call once a week, but I haven't. And maybe a list would get me to make the call. Don't think about it. My father always says, get in habits. Don't think, like, he'd go to AA meetings 3 times a week, and he would just do it. And that takes strength, determination, and swimming. He's 89, he still goes to the gym, and he swims 20 or 30 laps at 89. It's a habit at this point. He doesn't think about it, he just goes. And I think I need that sort of that sort of uh, that sort of program, will, determination to actually follow through on some of these things that aren't so exciting. I look at my computer and it's a mess. All right, I'm getting 50 emails a day, Twitter and all these companies, LinkedIn, and I'm going to block them. I've got to get organized here, or I'll never succeed at, especially this project of writing the book. And maybe that's where I'm coming from. I need to get this book done, and I need to be in the right state of mind that it could be a success. And I know it could be. I know I have it in me to write a very good book. I've got a very good story. I'm a good writer, but I have no patience. I don't do the next right thing, as they say in AA, or my father tells me. So we all have to change. We have to make changes, or the same thing's going to happen again and again. I've had a couple of friends that were thrown in jail recently, and they were involved with the drugs. And the one guy was a friend of mine, and I like him. He's intelligent. I mean, I could sit for 10 hours and have a conversation with this guy. And I used to tell him, I said, you can't keep doing it. It's a numbers game. They're going to get you. And I think he got 4 or 5 years in jail just recently. And we all have to change. We can make changes, but they've got to be conscious efforts to make a change. And guys like me with very little patience, I can do something for the first time and I become good at it. Certain things I'm not good at, of course. Languages is one of them. Thailand, 27 years, and I don't speak Thai, go figure. But, I speak some Thai. In fact, Thai people, they say, oh, you Putai gang, you speak well, because my accent on the words, the little that I know is good. And it sounds like I can speak Thai, but conversational Thai, I can't. So, what I'm trying to do is put a program together for myself that could make me more successful at least writing a book, for starters, because that's where I'm at right now. I've got to give my motorcycle back. I don't have the $100 this month to rent it, and that's okay. That'll keep me in the room more, so I can write. So better for writing a book. I'll miss it because I like the freedom of the. When I get on that thing, I guess it would be kind of like meditation, or I'm kind of relaxed. Wind, I'm outside. I'm not thinking about my troubles too much. The troubles I've caused for myself. So, patience. Gotta have some patience. I can't just lose interest that quickly, or give up on something that quickly, because I don't have enough patience. So, make lists. I've probably 10 times in the last few years I've decided I'll start making lists, and then that goes by the wayside within a day, really. And I've got 4 or 5 things I have to do today. Buy a chair seat, like a cushion. Clean up those emails so I'm not getting 50. So when my mother sends me an email, I see it. I'm not doing any business per se, so I'm not getting anything important business-wise. My book, I had thought maybe, and I may do it or I may not, but to get somebody else involved would be Larry Flint, because I worked not really for him. I was freelance, but I was one of their, I guess, producers of material for their magazines anyway. And in fact, they made a movie here, a sex movie, and they called me and, can you set us up a hotel? That was a VP at LFP, Laird Flynn Publications Publishing, not sure which. And see if I can get him involved. Would he be interested in printing parts of the book, chapter 1 through 30 or whatever in his magazine, Hustler, because he's in the book. I mean, he's mentioned, he's important. I shot for his magazine called Asian Fever, and it really put me on the map in a way because, well, number one, he paid $3,000 per shoot, which took 8 hours, other than the preparation, etc. So, a list, my mind is, shit's just flying around in my head, and I forget what I thought about a minute ago. So a list keeps you on target, I guess, and slow down, slow down, so that you can get something accomplished. And again, I'm in the book writing mode right now, and I'm not doing anything else making any money. And it's got to be number one on my list. Sit down and write the goddamn book. They talk about writer's block. I guess I have it because, and that could cover a wide range of reasons you're not working on your book. Number one, the actual doing of it is fantastic because I've been in a mode where I'm writing well and I'm flying. Not often, not for long. And it was always about the work. Even at shooting the girls, it was, people are going, wow, did you, have sex with her? And it was never about that. It was always about, I bought all the stuff for the set, the material, and I'd buy her whole dress on Sukhumvit in Bangkok, and I'd take it to they have these seamstresses all over the place. They just sit almost outside with the sewing machine, and you just give it to them and just say, take it in that much. So I was involved in every part of that shoot. I even had a makeup artist once, and it was a guy, gay or lady boy or whatever, came in and put on the makeup. I paid the $100 or whatever it was, 3,000 baht. And when she left, I looked at the model and I said, just wash that off, put it on yourself, because it was just too much, if you know what I mean. I'm a makeup artist and I'm gonna put my mark on this photograph. and I'm thinking, no, you're not. So I remember that instance, and I said, just wash it off. I wasn't being a prick or anything. I didn't want a model that looked all made up. My models always had good skin. If they didn't, I wouldn't pick them. So it was always about the work. It wasn't about the money or anything. It was always about the work. The book has to be about the work. Sometimes I'm thinking, I need money. This is a good way to get it. So there is some drive regarding finance or financial returns. But that's not the main force. That's a force, I must admit, because I'm broke all the time. Let's see if I can do it. You've got to really have. Is the word gumption mean anything to you? I don't know. Does it? Me? Does it, Brad? I'm not sure. You got to really have the mindset to succeed at things, I think. And things that are tougher, you just have to grow and get stronger. And, you know, these guys playing around with selling drugs and things, you know, it's a numbers game. And I'm thinking, you know, it's going to be jail. It's going to be curtains. And, you know, I'm lucky. I'm still free man. I don't sell drugs or anything, but I run around with some of these guys, and that's another thing I have to completely cut out of my life. And so, you know, when things aren't going all that well, either personally or financially, work-wise, etc., you know, sometimes you sort of fall into bad habits. You know, I'd go see these guys. They're two guys. They're intelligent. They're they have good personalities. They're likable, and you know that's a big chapter in my book, The Drug Years. I was thinking about it today that I might start with that chapter. I've got quite a few chapters written. Will they need rewriting? I don't know. I gotta start over and look at it, read it, and we'll see. So, what else? Not much. That's about all I'm thinking today. See if I can get anything done. I got to return the motorcycle. Probably today is a good day to do it. Then I don't have to think about it. And it's not a great loss. It could be a gain. It could be a gain. The only problem is walking to 7-Eleven at night. There's so many dogs in this neighborhood. They're you know, running at you, viciously barking. I don't like it. I usually try to carry something like a stick or something, but that'll be the only negative. I won't be able to go to 7-Eleven at 2 in the morning. Let's see what else. I guess making these videos kind of keeps me on track a little bit about what I need to do. So I'm really talking to myself, and I'm recording it and showing it to, you know, anybody who wants to watch it or ends up watching it. You know, maybe somebody might get something out of it. I'm not sure. If I can, somebody watching it probably can. So I'm going to leave it at that. 17 minutes plus. Brad's videos of the day, January 6, 2018. Hope you're having a good year so far. Peace.